Stop everything, this isn't just another message sliding into your feed. It's a seismic wake-up call straight from the heavens. Archangel Michael steps in, blade of truth drawn, because last night your special person dropped a bombshell you were never meant to overhear, until now. They weren't drunk. They didn't stumble over their words. In that quiet moment, when they believed no one could hear, they confessed the unthinkable, they'd been faking it. Every stolen glance, every tender word, they admitted it was all a performance. I was there, heart pounding, when the truth tumbled out, raw and unfiltered. Their voice didn't waver or stutter, it rang with the resignation of someone who'd carried this lie for far too long. That instant froze time. The love you trusted, the bond you believed in, was built on a hollow foundation. This wasn't a slip of the tongue or a careless remark. It was an explosive admission that rips the mask off everything you held sacred. They stood beside an old flame from their past, laughed over memories you weren't part of, and then let their guard down. In that moment of false comfort, they revealed they'd been pretending their heart was yours, pretending the spark between you was real. And in that confession, your world shifted. I couldn't keep this from you, dear one. You deserve the whole brutal truth, not half-baked apologies or sugar-coated lies. Now that the secret's out, nothing will ever be the same, for them, or for you. The path ahead is clear. You can stay in the darkness of illusion, or you can step into the fierce light of truth and reclaim your power. This revelation is your liberation. It's time to stand in the full, unvarnished reality and choose a love built on honesty, not performance. Everything you thought was certain, every late-night reassurance, every soft word spoken in the dark, now trembles under the weight of one truth: it wasn't all real. Not the way you believed. Not the way your heart hoped. The love you held close, the bond you defended, the story you told yourself again and again just to quiet the doubt, it was built on something shaky, something masked. And now, that mask has fallen. Let me take you back. Last night wasn't just a casual moment or a random reunion. It was a turning point, a crack in the illusion. They met with someone from their past. A familiar face. Someone they hadn't seen in a long time but clearly once shared history with. You wouldn't have guessed it. This wasn't the person you feared or suspected. This was someone tucked away in a forgotten chapter, someone whose name might not even sting anymore. But when they crossed paths again, it wasn't just catching up. It was a spark that set off an avalanche of truth. At first, it was harmless, nostalgic laughter, stories that sounded like echoes from another life. But then, without warning, the air shifted. Your special person, someone you trusted with your heart, let their guard down. Something in the comfort of the moment, something in the way that person made them feel seen without pressure, cracked them open. And when it cracked, the truth fell out, not forced, not rehearsed, but raw and explosive. They didn't whisper. They didn't hesitate. Their voice didn't shake. They said it clearly, without shame, without drama. I've been pretending, not once, not maybe, not in confusion, but directly, and with the heavy weight of someone who's been hiding too long. Pretending to feel. Pretending to care, pretending to want what they knew deep down they couldn't sustain. That's what shattered me as I stood there in silence, listening. I wasn't meant to hear it, but I did. And once I did, I knew I couldn't keep it from you. You needed to know. Because without this, you'd still be holding on. Still loving them with the kind of faith that moves mountains, without realizing the ground beneath you was already crumbling. Still defending their silence, their mood swings, their emotional distance. still interpreting every mixed signal as something meaningful, when in truth, it was a cover. And now I hold this confession in my hands like fire. It burns, yes, but it also purifies. I share it with you not to destroy your heart, but to free it. You have a right to clarity. A right to real, unfiltered truth. Even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, you deserve to know not just the pretty pieces of love, but the broken, painful ones too. Because from those pieces, you rebuild something stronger. I won't speculate who they spoke those words to. That part wasn't clear. But what was clear, what rang in the air like a bell, was the finality in their tone. They weren't testing the waters. They weren't venting. They weren't trying to hurt anyone. They were simply done pretending. They admitted they'd been faking it. Faking love. Faking closeness. Faking the connection that you thought was sacred. And when they said it, I saw it. The release, the grief, the quiet resignation of someone who's carried a lie for too long. They didn't shout it. They didn't break down. But they let it fall from their lips like a stone dropping into still water. And that ripple, it's reaching you now. You have every right to feel shaken. Every right to pause, to question, to rage, to mourn. But you also have the right to *rise. Because now, dear one, you stand in power. You stand in truth. You're not in the dark anymore, you're in the light. And even though that light reveals pain, it also reveals freedom. Maybe they didn't mean to speak it. Maybe they were tired. Maybe it slipped out. But what matters is this: they were ready for it to be known. Whether they admit it to your face or not, it's been said, and once said, it cannot be taken back. That truth is out now. It's real. It's yours. So what comes next? That's your choice. Do you want to go deeper? Do you want to hear exactly what was said, word for word? Do you want to see the full picture, no matter how much it hurts? If you're ready, I'll walk you through it. You won't be alone. I will repeat their words gently, clearly, exactly as I heard them, without distortion, without softening the blow, but with love guiding every syllable. But first, I ask you to take a breath. Let your heart settle. This won't be easy, but you're strong enough. Stronger than you've ever given yourself credit for. Because this isn't just about pain, it's about awakening. It's about stepping into your truth after living in someone else's shadow. And here's the part that matters most. They didn't speak with cruelty. There was no hate in their voice. Just exhaustion. Exhaustion from hiding, from smiling when they didn't feel joy, from saying all the right things while feeling none of it. They were tired of the performance, tired of faking the kind of connection that once might have been real, or maybe never was. And in those tired words, I didn't just hear deception, I saw sadness. I saw regret. I saw someone breaking open under the weight of their own dishonesty. They weren't proud, but they were relieved. They finally said what needed to be said. And now, you finally hear what needed to be heard. This changes everything. And yes, I know you don't have all the answers. I know you still have questions. But this is your moment to reclaim your voice, your future, your healing. The truth never arrives wrapped in perfection. It rarely comes when we're ready. But it always comes when our soul is strong enough to receive it. And your soul is ready, beloved. That's why it found you now. Not to destroy your heart, but to awaken it. Hold this truth gently. Let it guide you, not crush you. Let it walk with you, even if it walks you away from something you once swore was forever. If you're ready, if you truly want to hear the exact words, they're waiting. This moment rips the veil away. last night, your world shifted. I stood beside your special person, heart pounding, breath caught, listening as they spoke a confession you were never meant to hear. They believed no one was listening when they whispered, "I'm just faking my feelings for her." Those 4 words landed like a thunderclap, raw and unfiltered, straight from the depths of their conflicted heart. They weren't slurred or mumbled in anger. They weren't a confused slip. They spoke with weary resignation, as if they'd carried this lie for a lifetime. In that instant, the air thickened, and everything you trusted trembled. I heard every syllable, every pause, every ragged breath. I wasn't judging, I was witnessing. And I knew you needed to know. You poured your soul into their hands, even when they drifted away, even when their attention veered elsewhere. You questioned your intuition, replayed every mixed signal in your mind, lost sleep wondering if they'd stolen their heart for good. Now you know the truth. In the relationship they're trapped in, they're pretending. Their body may be present, but their heart isn't theirs to give. That, her, they mentioned wasn't you. It was the other woman, the one you sensed, the one whose name made your spirit tighten, the one who showed up in whispered rumors and social media posts. She captivated them enough to crack this confession free. But her hold isn't love, it's a detour, a distraction, a chain pulling them off the path they crave. It silences their true voice, blurs their vision, and keeps them from choosing you the way you deserve. This deception cannot stand another moment, not for your peace, not for their freedom. Your heart demands clarity. Your soul deserves release. You can't keep hiding in the shadows, praying they'll find their way back while they play out this hollow romance. It's time to shatter the illusion. I'm not just the bearer of bad news, I'm your guide out of this maze. We'll cut the false ties that bind them and heal the wounds that bind you. We'll rebuild on solid ground. No more silent suffering. No more miracles buried under layers of doubt. It's time for their heart to return home, and for your own heart to finally rest. Breathe in this truth. Let it slam the door on confusion. Your strength is rising. You're not alone. I stand with you, ready to light the path forward, and to watch both of you step into the love you were meant to share, honest and unbreakable. I don't chase what doesn't belong to me. I don't beg for crumbs or cling to something God didn't place in my hands. I refuse to fight battles heaven never assigned to me. I walk in faith, not desperation. But I will pray. I will believe. I will stand firmly beside the one who knows my beginning, middle, and end. I surrender every unanswered question, every echo of confusion, and I trust, deeply, that what's coming next is for my highest good. I'm not standing in this storm alone. God is here. Heaven surrounds me. Angels go before me. Even when I cry, even when I tremble, I will not fall. When heartbreak knocks, I will rise. When sorrow whispers, I will shine. In long seasons of waiting, I will grow roots so deep that no lie, no betrayal, no illusion can ever shake me again. I walk with the Almighty. I don't move in fear, I move in faith. So today, I declare healing over my heart. I claim truth to anchor my spirit. I choose peace that the world cannot give and the world cannot steal. I release every heavy burden I've carried, the pain of what was, the fear of what may never be. I make space, now for light to flood in. I choose hope when it hurts. I choose faith when it's quiet. And I open my arms for real, pure, God-breathed love. Love that doesn't pretend. Love that doesn't confuse. Love that stays. Amen. This wasn't a coincidence. You were meant to hear this. Your soul brought you here because you were ready, not just to know the truth, but to finally live in peace with it. You're not weak because you loved. You're not foolish because you hoped. You are stronger than you realize, and your softness is your superpower. There's purpose in your pain, and there's a promise waiting on the other side of this heartbreak. You haven't been forgotten. You are seen. You are held. And you are deeply, unshakably loved. If this message resonated deep in your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe so more hearts can be healed by truth. And if you feel led, support our work through super thanks. Every blessing up to $20 helps us keep spreading divine messages to those who need it most. Let's rise together. Let's heal together. Let's keep walking toward the light, one truth at a time.